Alright guys, we're back. Part 2 on the KLX 140. What I've done, I've basically gone to where I was. I've pulled the car back off, and so I've started loosening everything up. I had to pull out motor mount up here. It's a bolt on each side. You loosen that up, and then you've got 2 bolts holding the bracket in, and that assembly comes off. I went ahead and removed the timing chain cover, and lovely timing chain sprocket bolt sheared off. Gotta love that. Chain tensioner, just undo that and undo the bolt. Then you can pull the sprocket off and hang the chain up. I'm putting a new chain on anyway, so I'll have to be pulling this lower cover down here to and the flywheel to get the new cover, to get the new chain on. But I just wanted to let you guys know where we were. Right now I'm pulling the head bolts. I went ahead and marked them, took a picture, so I'm going to put them back exactly where they came from. But it looks like we've got 4 on top, and looks like 2 right down in there where the timing chain is. Alright guys, so I got the whole top end out of the bike. So got some paper towel tucked in there and make sure nothing falls down in the bottom end. So here is the old motor. Didn't look too bad. There was a couple little scratches from where some of the threads that came out of the head got down in there. But the new kit has come in, and so far I am really impressed with this kit. So as you see, it is a complete kit. Comes with everything for the top end, minus the timing chain, which I did go ahead and purchase because there's no sense in rebuilding the top end and not put a new timing chain on there. But anyway, so there are some differences here. Just kind of show you the here's the valves, the new ones, intake valves. So you can see there is quite a bit of difference there. So definitely it's going to flow more air and fuel. Another major thing that I've noticed is, so here's the factory cam. It looked like it was starting to get maybe a few little flat spots on it. But here's the cam that came with it. So you can see it's a lot longer lobe stroke. So curious to see how that runs. And then, so it comes with a ported, it's been ported for the oversized valves. One thing you will have to move your exhaust studs over. You will have to reuse your timing chain guides. You will have to reuse your oil passage rod here. But this thing here looks really nice. And then look, brand name Kawasaki head that has been bored over. This is a the 170 kit, so there's the piston, there's your rings and everything in there. And then one more thing that is a big difference is, here's one of the rocker arms that came out of the factory. So just a standard paddle rocker. Well, this kit comes with roller rockers. I'm not a big engine builder, so I don't know how much difference it's going to make, but I would think a roller rocker should do better than the paddle style here. I am going to wash out the cylinder and the head with some soapy water and blow it out real good. I mean, it's really clean, but you know, if you dig far enough, every now and then you get a little bit of a flake on your skin. So on the air of caution, I am going to get me a warm bucket of soapy water and toothbrush and scrub and wash the cylinder and the head out. So therefore I'm trying to make sure I don't have any metal shavings in this motor, because okay, so I did go ahead and install the valves. I did not film that because that was my first time. I also had to seat the valves, or lap them, whatever you want to call it. But I just used lapping compound and some of the valve tools that came with my valve spring compression kit and lapped them in. They seem pretty good. I've tried light test, I've tried leak test, and they seem tight. So it worked for me. I didn't film it just cause I didn't want to lead you guys astray doing something wrong, since it being my first time. But what we're doing now is I have gone ahead and installed the bearings onto the cam. I put the cam in the freezer and then brought it down and used my press and pressed them on. Now right now excuse me, the cam and with the bearings is back in the freezer because we've got to get it in there. And I kind of test fitted it hot, and it was snug. So something else I've noticed is these rocker rollers, the exhaust side, let's see, is this the exhaust side, if you go up, it'll go in, but the way the top is on the intake side, you can't, let me spin this around, so you can't get that in. You can't go straight in. And once you put the cam in there, you really are going to have a hard time if you even can get it in. So what I am going to do is I'm going to drop these in while the cam is out. Okay, it is the next day. The cam and bearings should be nice and frozen, and what I'm going to do is take my heat gun here and I'm going to heat up those bearing races in there, or bearing seats, whatever you want to call them. Try to expand them a little bit so this bearing will just set in. Okay, here we go. Let's get this thing nice and hot. I got the bearing wrapped up in the towel over here out of the freezer. Okay, fingers crossed. Here we go. Come on, baby. You know what? I'm gonna set the nut on there. Give me something a little extra to hold on to. And remember, this screw is reverse thread. Come on, baby. Drop right in. That bearing in the back is just not wanting to go in, so I guess we're going to plan 2. which maybe we have to put that thing in first. Come on. And you're wiggling. I want you to pop out. There you go. Yeah, I see back there it's not lining up exactly how it needs to. I've been dreading this part because I knew it was going to be a pain. Ah, look at that. Got it lined up, she dropped right in. There we go. Sweet. A little super lube on those cam lobes. Or ultra slick, I mean. Yeah, I want to get those things lubed up. Assembly lube, slick, ultra slick, assembly lube, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now we can hopefully get our rods in. Now the manual doesn't specify where these holes are supposed to go. To me it makes sense that the holes go in the middle, you know. Go. I've already lubed these up. Okay. Can't see. Right about right there. There we go. Cool. Let's see if she rolls over. Set this on momentarily. Alright, got a couple bearings that work perfect for a man, it will turn, but boy is it tight. As that cooled off, these gloves are sweating me to death. Nope, it's still hot. Okay. Everything there feels really smooth. Nice. go. That loosened up our rockers. So at this point, we just need to put the retainer plate on. And tight a couple screws in there. This head is still hot. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we've got to pop this side cover because I got a new timing chain and we've got to pull the flywheel to get that off. Now what I did and what I like to do is I took a Sharpie and I numbered the bolts. I started 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I took a picture. That way I know where everything goes back, and that way if you got one that's longer than the other, there's no guessing game. Case saver, and there is a little bushing goes behind the case saver, in between it and the case through the bolt, so don't lose that guy. Of course there's going to be some up in certain areas of the motor. That is normal, no biggie. Tear the gasket. There we go. A little washer there. And then this should just come right out. There we go. Got a little washer behind that. Got it right there. I don't think this has ever been off of this bike. That would explain why I don't want to come off now. Let's go around it. A few hits with the mallet. What it normally is the gasket. It's got that thing stuck in there. Alright, come on. There we go. See it moving. There, look at that. We are off. Now, a couple of wires here that I do not want to break. Is this a plug? I cannot tell. Let me set this back on there for a second so I can examine this one wire down here. Okay, so that does just pull off. That'll work. Oh man. Oh, it looks like we tore the gasket, of course. I mean, we knew it was stuck, so you know what that means. I gotta order a new gasket. Anyway, with that being said, I would like to have this off the unit. There we go. Let's set that right here. Bell housing or whatever you want to call it. It's out. It'll be cleaned up. Okay, so we got the flywheel bolt out. It's standard thread, and the 3 bolts here holding the starter gear in place. According to the manual, those come out too. So right now I am waiting on a special puller for this flywheel. I do not have a puller that fits that. So we're going to end this video here, and then we will resume in the second video whenever I get the puller and we can reassemble this bike. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.